Let's go. Welcome to the basement. Yo, it's safer down here, cause that 100 flow will leave you on the pavement. And most of y'all like, wait a minute. The stuff that I be thinking is the stuff that Timmy out here boldly saying. Bow your heads, close your eyes, say a prayer. God got purpose for your life, stay prepared. We went viral and we didn't know who cared. Shout out to all of y'all that clicked subscribe and shared. Hey, we are on our way. Deathbed confessions, this is all I'll say. Like my last $10, this is all I'll pay. The basement's all inclusive, this an all I'll stay. Believers, church hurt, atheists, agnostics, deconstructionists, and whatever your other optics. Press B and let's see what can be when we ask the Holy Spirit to come between you and me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the basement. I am your host, Tim Ross. We are about to have a great day. But I got some exciting news. First of all, I am so happy that my sister, my homie, is in the building. Michelle Williams is here, and I'm so excited, girl.
What's up?
Yo, we're about to have a great time. Listen, Michelle and I had the opportunity to do this collaboration for Tome, and we put a course together that I think is going to be a real blessing to a lot of people. And so I want you to take a look at this trailer before we get started. Like to hear it? Here it go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tanitra. I know I look like Michelle Williams. I'm her too, as Michelle is actually my middle name. I joined a group called Destiny's Child. They asked me what I consider going by Michelle versus Tanitra. I was like, okay, I guess that's fine. Is it ghetto? Is it too black? People don't like me or won't accept me because of my name? Wow, I have the wrong name.
This series will teach the importance of combining biblical truth with sound therapy. Whether you're a pastor like me or you are a uber famous person like Michelle Williams.
And then Tim's gonna come in, we gonna talk.
Trauma knows no bounds, right? It doesn't visit one zip code and skip another. And we're gonna all experience pain.
My depression started long before that. I was in the 7th grade. We'll get to that later. Sometimes you don't know the long-term effects of your choice to just adapt.
And if we are going to experience that pain, it behooves us to just have the tools that we need to navigate said pain.
I'm opening up my life to you. So we are family and this is a safe place.
In these classes, Michelle and I talk about our own personal challenges with mental health.
It will make a person sit on their gifts, calling, or assignment if they feel like they must do it perfect.
Oh my God. As we go on this journey, Recovery 101, Recovery 202, and Recovery 303, we want you to have a biblical understanding of what mental health is all about.
I love it. Get therapy.
The mind and God's word come together to literally give us peace of mind. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right, everybody, so that's the trailer. Click the link in the description, go to the Tome app, go to the site. This is going to be a course that changes your life. And now.
Can't get that deep.
Now.
Demonic.
Now. I had to come back up. Demonic. Listen, y'all, I am with my sister, my homie, my friend. Like, I wish I grew up with you. Like, from the moment I met you, I felt like we were just connected. And I'm like, how come I couldn't go to, like, grade school with you and pick on you and you pick on me and we pick on people and talk about people and then pray and go to church and laugh and sit next to each other and wonder why the service ain't over yet and why are we having a revival and why we got to go back tonight and all the stuff. I don't think I need to introduce you, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michelle Williams, who is a Grammy Award winning singer who is a gifted communicator, who is an advocate for mental health, who is 1/3 of the greatest female R&B group of all time, talking none other than Destiny's Child. And she is not just in a building, she's at my house. Homie pulled up to the crib. I'm going to tell you how she pulled up too. But I just want to formally introduce to the basement, the dwellers, the one and only, Tenitra Michelle Williams. Yeah, let's go!
I pulled up on you.
You pulled up on me, homie.
It was definitely a modern color purple scene. Nettie with her luggage.
All right, so let's talk about this pull up real quick before we get into anything, right? So I'm telling everybody now, you're gonna hear me refer to who you know as Michelle Williams. I refer to her as TT. She gave me permission to refer to her as TT. This has been TT to me since probably the third time we talked. And so this is TT. This is my homie. Okay, so let me tell you how TT pulled up here.
Oh, gosh.
I told TT, like, we cool. We worked it out. She gonna come to the house, right? We're gonna record that time. She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so, you know, if you got your driver, whoever with you, and you know, probably a road manager or a bodyguard, a security person, whatever, you know, just be here. And she was like, no, I'm gonna be there at 10. And I'm like, do you need us to send a car? Do you need us to do? No. We got it. I'm good. So, I'm chilling and we're all kind of talking and we see a car pull in and we're like, oh, okay, that might be them. And TT is at the door and I got these little side window panes and she basically presses her nose up against the door.
Y'all got some ammonia and vinegar. I'll wipe my print.
No, you good. And I might sell that window pane. I might auction it off. It might get me something. And then she's just cheesing through the window and I open the door and it's just her. And I see a car pulling off. And then I said, did you just Uber here?
Yes. No, what kind of car was it?
It was like a Corolla.
It was a Hyundai Ioniq or
it
something.
Was how ironic, the Ioniq.
It was the closest one.
So it wasn't even Uber black. I think she just taught y'all.
17 minutes away. This one was 2 minutes away.
Listen, this is the girl just taught you how to keep millions. Right then and there. Y'all better pay attention. Huh? She did not come up in here in an Escalade. She didn't come with a private, like, the girl picked up. It was the most basement thing that has ever happened.
Yes, Santa Claus picked me up.
And
it was, oh my gosh, it was like a real life 2022 sleigh. Santa, y'all, he beard like Santa Claus, white hair like Santa Claus in his Hyundai Ioniq. And it was very spacious. It was more spacious than I thought it was going to be. The trunk was huge.
Well, I'm glad you came in the daytime and not the nighttime.
Yeah, because he probably would have put me in.
Yeah, see, well, you don't want to assume that he would have, but
that's true.
He could have. Low key, he could have.
I mean, he told me he has a gun.
That's what he told you.
Yeah.
He indoctrinated you into the Texan.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said somebody tried to pull up on him at a red light. Dad was having a road rage moment. He was like, this guy was 5-something, and then I'm 6 foot 300 pounds. He don't want none of me. And plus, we're in Texas. So I already knew what that meant.
Yep, absolutely.
I already knew what
absolutely.
That meant.
We are guns. We
he was definitely telling me.
Yeah, safety's off. We running hot.
Yeah, like 38 hot.
Listen, I'm so glad you're here.
Yes,
and
I'm glad to be here.
You know, you get down in the basement and everybody, what people don't understand is that when you come down here, right, philosophically, we talk about whatever we want to talk about.
And do.
Like we don't be talking about what other people want to talk about. And so like I don't even know what I want to get into yet with you.
Well, let me get into 2017 in Arizona. You spoke at Elevate, like a young adult.
Yep,
retreat.
I think it was like Remix or Life or
Remix,
something.
Remix. And you were boo-hooing. There was a song being sung, and that endeared me to Pastor Tim Ross. Was you were boo-hooing at a song? Do you remember what it was?
I don't remember the song.
It was about God always makes a way, or
yeah,
it was something.
yeah.
And I think I downloaded.
You're never gonna let me down.
That's your jam.
And I lost it. Lost it.
He didn't have this haircut. He had like waves, like brushing them every. He had a lower haircut, and something in that song at that time.
Yep.
You were, I mean,
yeah,
tears.
yeah. I was watering my beard.
Tears, and I was like, "That's my friend.
Oh,
that's my friend. That's my
wow.
friend. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I just you messed me up pulling up in an Uber and with your suitcase in your purse like that completely messed me up. So I think I want to because. Again, my statement to that was the most basement thing that someone could ever do. Like it is to have reached the heights of celebrity and success that from the outside looking in, the person would say that you have, and to still have that posture of heart and humility, and that. Again, you would roll up to the house and that you would just put your feet up and
okay,
you know what I mean, and just and just chill out. Let's start there.
Well, first of all, I want to make sure it's okay that my feet can be on the couch.
Yes.
Miss Rouse, I was like, man, I had Resolve delivered to. I'm keep dropping all these brands. Well, they gonna sponsor in the name.
In the name.
In the name.
In the name. No.
So I'm like, do I need to spray?
No, you
upholstery
good.
Cleaner.
You good. You good. I literally, I want to talk about where that came from for you, because that told actions speak louder than words. That told me something that didn't come. That ain't in the celebrity starter kit. Entitlement is.
Ooh.
That's what's in the celebrity starter kit is entitlement. It's not what you just did. So where'd that come from?
Ooh. Well, I served a lot in church. I think my family taught humility. They live humility. I think I've got some heavy hitters in my family, and nobody has the big head, you carry your own bag, you do this, I don't know. And it's not that I have imposter syndrome, or maybe sometimes I do, but that whole letting other people carry your bag and pick you up, put your feet in the house. Like, I don't understand. No judgment. This is no judgment to anybody.
This is an observation.
But it's something about pumping my own gas. I love to pump my own gas. I love taking my car to get it washed. I love watching it go through it's the little girl revs up in me seeing. Wow. I probably shouldn't have my car though going through the brush wash. Apparently it's not good.
Yeah, for the paint overall.
But I love, and it's like I have to rush to the first window, hoping I don't miss my car come through. It's little things like that that I love doing. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I'm built in my DNA, or people are shocked that. I hate that it's a shock. I hate that when someone leaves my presence, or I'll get a text back or a follow up. I couldn't believe how nice you were. That's not a compliment. She was so nice. She was so down to earth. I'm like, do I say thank you? Now, am I perfect? No. I'll never forget years ago, I went off on someone in the airport. And I just remember that's not me. That's so give people grace. They're having a bad day. They just got a phone call of something that they weren't expecting. I don't know, but you're so nice is not a compliment. It should just be gratitude. I'm thankful to be able to fly myself somewhere, carry my own luggage to my friend's house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not false. This ain't the false humility. This isn't, I love doing it.
No. It's
I love to serve.
Yeah. But
ooh, that bacon.
yeah, my
I should be helping her flip. Y'all right now.
My mother-in-law can
breakfast
throw down
right now.
Yeah, if you want some, she'll get you some. It's turkey bacon too, so it's good and healthy.
It's that uncured.
Yeah, it don't have no sugar in it.
It's that real.
Yeah. All of that stuff.
We random, y'all.
No, we good. let me say, I'm very curious about my brain is like stuck on you saying that's not a compliment, because what I'm thinking about is the amount of prejudging we do, the amount of presuming we do about a person who has achieved your status.
Yeah.
We pre-populate in our minds what we assume your celebrity has afforded you, exposed you to, and therefore you're probably like this.
I think most people in my position, we want everybody around us to be normal. We desire that. We hunger for, just say hi. That nervous energy, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say hi. That makes me feel very weird.
Yeah.
Like, should I say hi?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm in the bathroom, do not say hi.
Please, you're trying to eliminate waste.
Come on, do not.
Have some discretion.
Have some discretion.
Yeah.
If I'm with my family and you notice we're in deep conversation.
Yeah.
I like when people, they do the.
Yeah.
Because if I see somebody that I look up to or admire at a restaurant or something, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Right.
That's it,
Yeah, that's a courtesy.
So I desire normal.
Yeah.
behavior around me.
So no, that's a dope thing. That's like really dope. Oh my goodness.
All the oh my god, woo. We be like no. It's like pipe that down.
Yeah,
now you're making it obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm quote unquote somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
But to my mom, I'm just TT.
Right.
Go get some cornbread. I forgot the cornbread mix.
Yeah,
I still have to run errands for my family.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. I'm running.
You know what I mean?
I'm running more errands than ever nowadays. Yeah. So okay. So there's something there. Okay. So the more, based on what you just said, it sounds like the more abnormal life became with celebrity, the more you craved normalcy.
The more I crave normalcy.
Okay, so now let me do a cross-pollination.
Come on, somebody. Come on.
It seems like in church, the more it should be normal to love and to be humble and to serve. It seems like the higher people in church get elevated, the more abnormal they would like their life to be. Serve me more, tend to me more, respect me more, listen to me more, don't question me. So it's very, very interesting that I just see this dichotomy.
Listen.
And I'm talking about these could be this could be a leader of a church of 82 people.
Yeah.
And they're like, I undressed. I have lived. This is no lie. I know for a fact. This ain't hearsay. I know for a fact preachers who have preached the message go in the green room, stand like this, like they Iron Man, Tony Stark coming out of a suit, and 4 or 5 armor bears will undress them.
Take their shoes off, put their shoes on.
Undress them, pat them down. All the. I had a little. I didn't know I was going to have this.
Believe it or not, I was a church nurse. My mother was a nurse, so I know, right? I had the white.
No, girl, as soon as you said it, I saw it. You ain't even got to explain it to them, but as soon as you said it, I saw it.
So in church, I don't know if it's all denominations,
but please, you can say the denomination.
Church of God in Christ. I was a church nurse. I was an usher, praise and worship leader, choir director. But on 4th Sundays, if it was a youth Sunday, I was the church nurse. So you give the man of God, his room temperature juice or water with the white napkin on top.
And a peppermint on top of that.
And then the silver coaster that it sits in.
Yep.
And you set it on his podium.
Yep.
But before you even got in the church, I remember setting up the tray in the nurse's office.
Yep.
And throat coat, their handkerchiefs, and this. Now, thank God the preacher is my mother's brother, so she would get him, undressed and But that's like the church nurse versus
No, I'm talking about
80 armor bearers,
male armor bearers. Stripping this dude down like he just pulled into a pit stop. Formula One.
Is it biblical?
No, you can't find it nowhere. It ain't in the table of contents. It ain't in the back. It ain't by the maps. It ain't nowhere from Genesis to Revelation that part of armor bearing and discipleship is I need to see your draws.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking off your belt. I'm ironing your clothes. And that's mentorship. You come to my house at 6 a.m. and iron my shirt.
Please insert Chrissy Teigen's meme that's like this.
Yes, my producers are dope. They'll find that meme and they will put that there. I just, it's just very interesting to me that the more celebrity you receive, the more normal you want it to become. And it seems like the more influence God gives them in church, the more abnormal they become.
All I know is my life has favor on it. I know for a fact, God, there are people who can sing better than me, dance better than me, are considered more attractive, and I don't want to. It's favor.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just want to daily deposit into my favor account. And I think it's through serving. I don't ever want to, I just feel like part of why I'm still here as far as longevity is favor because I know how to serve.
Yeah.
I'd rather serve.
Hey, you said something before we started that I was like, oh dang, this is too good. You said something about people that kind of carry that mindset of like, you owe me this. Mm-hmm. That they won't be around.
They won't be around.
That runs out.
I think it runs out. I started in 1999. I feel like I'm just getting started.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel a newness. I feel like you got 42 more years of this in you. I feel it. I feel like I'm just getting started. I thank God for the years of my past. I thank God for it all. Like, yo, if we got to run that play again, we'll run it again.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm just getting started as far as what Tanisha Michelle is in the earth to do.
Oh my God, my head is about to explode.
That's why I do the things that I want to do, the fun things. Mass singer, that's fun. I can do that. It doesn't it aligns with my values, and even though it's secular, it still aligns with my values.
Yeah.
It's no brainer. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, woo, I'm just getting started. What we doing?
right. Okay, no, okay, you're cooking me now. All right, so, you are cooking me well done because TT, here's where my brain goes. My brain goes to the only way you can make the statement that you just made is that you didn't turn your moments into monuments. That you began to worship.
Some of my most prized possessions that when you walk in someone's house tells them of success, they're in storage. They've been in storage since 2017. You can't walk in my house and even know what I do. They're in storage. The plaques and the Grammys, MTV Awards, they're in storage.
You keep saying it like that. I might have a T that says they're in storage.
I hope they're not rusted. I haven't opened the door since 2017 in the storage unit.
All right, take me.
I just closed on a house yesterday, and I probably should go to that storage. See if there's anything salvageable that I can move into this new house so I don't have to spend a lot of money buying things. They're in storage.
Yo, you are the anti-celebrity. Like, no, honestly.
They're in storage.
TT, okay, hold on, fam. Dang, you just...
I didn't know 5 years was going to pass, by the way. It's not that I intentionally was like, "Ugh, I hate this life."
Right.
I just put them in storage.
And then forgot about them conveniently.
And they're in a total another state.
Okay.
They're not even the state I reside in.
But here, okay, so, God, I cannot believe how
I don't
similarly...
even know where the key is. It's a special key.
Yo, you might be on Pawn Stars trying to bid on your own storage unit.
I don't know where the key is. I know I still pay the storage.
Okay, then they gonna get you the key. They'll get you. That's your saving grace. Okay, but okay. So this is we're wired so similarly. Okay. I have met a lot of great people. I have had a lot of great experiences. I have been exposed to a lot of great things. I have traveled the world. It has been all good. And I don't have any reminders.
Yeah.
I have memories.
Memories, but I personally, those years were big, amazing years for me.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't want to get stuck on old points on the board either.
So
I don't want to be that person talking about because back in 2002 when we used to versus, back in 2022, I'm still.
Yes.
In 2022, I am.
Yes.
In 2022, I'm just getting started.
Yes.
Versus, you remember in 2000 when Sting presented us with Artist of the Year? 2000. You still talk. So have you done anything since then? Now, what I do to y'all may not seem big and impactful because it's maybe not on the blogs every day. But for me, what I'm doing now is impactful. I know I'm I'm a vessel helping to save lives, change lives through my, just through the testimony of my journey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing in 22 is just as impactful as what I did in 2000. But I'm not stuck on what I did in 2000. But somehow God is still opening doors. I can still walk indoors because of what I did in 2000.
For sure.
And it's got to be because I believe still work ethic, how you treat people.
That's right.
So when you want to get booked on a show, they can remember how you treated them.
That's exactly right.
She can talk about rubber plants, bird of paradise plants today. They're gonna come on in. We want to see how does she water them.
Yeah,
we're interested. We got some interest.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, I'm invigorated in 2020 for 2022 and beyond.
I am I feel like I'm about to jump out of my skin listening to you talk because I've seen too many people turn a moment into a highlight reel that they can't graduate from?
Well, it could be because maybe you feel like my next, will it measure up to what I did in the past? I've had people prophetically tell me, Michelle, your best days are ahead of you. There was a period of time I was like, man, yeah, right. I'm used to private jets and Beyonce and Kelly and everything that comes with that. My best days are behind me. I lived the best days. It can't get no better than this. But I can tell you, I feel I am walking in your best days are ahead.
But I think you gave us the answer to it. I believe you said what is the secret ingredient, and that is I am doing something as impactful now as I was then. Not you think I'm doing something, right?
I believe that I am now. Like I said, when somebody said, Michelle, you got so much ahead of you, you got so much on the inside of you, I can now say, I've got so much ahead of me. I've got so much inside of me. I believe, and I am pressed to study more. The word, books. The other day, and I'm not trying to get too churchy, but the other day,
get as churchy as you want.
The other day, y'all, there was this need and tug to just spend time in God's presence. And he said, I want you to go outside of your routine. Because I have a morning routine that sets the day. Morning worship, my cup of coffee. Y'all saw what did I walk here? My cup of coffee.
In hand at the door.
My affirmation. That's routine because that's going to set and I find myself as I'm older, I'll just have some random, God, I thank you during the day. But I felt this, I need you to set some different time. It was the best, most sweet. I don't know. It felt like, I don't know what that was about. Is it to prepare me for something? But I felt like you know how the body craves certain things, vegetables. It may crave steak or something because you're anemic. But after I did that, it's like my body, my spirit was craving it. I don't know what it was about, but I felt if I didn't do it, I was gonna be in trouble. I felt if I didn't do it, like it's something gonna happen. But I felt this need, but I felt like, God, that was an invitation. You wanted to spend time with me. You were like, no, go beyond routine. Set some more time. I need to spend some time with you. I just felt like such an invitation. Such an invitation. So moments like that keep me invigorated. Like, God, I am just, I am okay with whatever, what is next, and what is next, I don't know. I'm just excited about it. Like I said, I feel like I'm just getting started.
All right. So, oh, you're saying too much good stuff. No. Like it's. I just think it's a sweet thing for the Lord to say, "Hey, I know we have a morning routine, but are you down for like a little staycation?" You know what I mean? Like we ain't got to go nowhere far, but I just want some. I want overtime with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just sweet.
Yeah.
How have you? And again, I've been reading the Bible almost exclusively since 2008.
Yeah.
So I got saved in 96, and then me and my friend Preston made a pact with each other that we were going to read the Bible more than we read any other book. So between 2008 and this year, I think I've only read 11 books outside the Bible. So anything I hear anybody say, like I just have like passages of scripture and like stories volunteering, like pick me, talk about me. So it's crazy in my head. But when you said what you just said, the thought I had was of Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. I don't call them by their slave names. So Daniel and his three friends, get taken into Babylon. and they have to learn a new language, new culture, new customs, new creed. They basically inhale all of Babylonian culture, yet they only exhale fidelity to God. How did you?
They say, I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
How did you? Could you share with us, all of us in the basement, like how do you? How does that favor lead you to this level of celebrity in such a secularized culture? And you have to inhale it all to be able to understand and navigate it. Like these boys, scripture said that by the end of chapter number 1, what is said about Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah is that they were 10 times wiser. They weren't even from Babylon.
Yeah.
They were 10 times wiser than anybody else that graduated from Babylon University because the Lord gave them favor. So they learned to speak the Babylonian tongue of the Chaldeans. They learned to speak the Chaldean tongues with perfect diction, right? They understood Babylonian law, policy, culture better than indigenous Babylonians. Yet they were like, you could not make us turn our back on God if you put us in a fiery furnace.
Oh, come on.
So how do we do that? How'd you do that? How you do that? Because they let you in. They let you all up in that thing.
Okay.
How you do that? How you still come out churchy and still come out
I
loving
know,
Jesus?
right?
And still come out. How that happen?
Believe it or not, that culture was already in their system in the let's talk about the early 2000s. Okay, that's the only time I'm gonna be like, you remember when?
Yeah, it's all good.
So Beyonce's mama don't play with that Bible in that church and faith and prayer. Like
Tina about that life.
Miss Tina is about that life. Like, did y'all pray today? Y'all can't go to church today, but did y'all pray today? She needs stock in the Stormy or Martian power of a praying woman. Like, she to this day hands those books out.
Wow.
To this day is handing out now because some folks is married now. Power of a praying wife.
Right.
Power of a praying woman.
That's exactly right.
You know,
that's right.
I do remember that was already curated before I even got in the group.
Wow.
So surprisingly, ministers would send us like Easter baskets of DVDs.
Wow.
So that we could be on our tour bus listening to sermons. We didn't have groupies on our bus. We weren't having wild parties on our bus. Kelly be vacuuming because she ain't want crumbs on the floor. We be sitting there watching Subway. Eating Subway, watching cartoons, you know, Sex in the City a little bit. You know, that creep up a little bit. We girls, you know. And then we watching Bishop Noel Jones.
Yeah.
Or somebody.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
I know him because of them.
Yeah. Wow.
They were going to his church in LA.
Wow.
So when we would go to church on Sundays, if we were in LA, that's where we were going.
This is insider information.
And they didn't play about.
I ain't heard this in my life.
If we were asked to be a guest in somebody's video, they were like, "Who gonna be there?" You know, these girls are on. This is their age. Don't be trying it. They didn't. Thank God we had that.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank God we had that because a lot of artists didn't have a mom and dad in the mix that were being protective.
That's amazing.
And then at the same time, we're like, did you pray today?
Wow.
Our vocal coach is also our intercessor to this day. She lives in Brentwood.
Okay.
Kim Wood Sandusky.
Okay, so I think we're about to free a lot of people.
We don't... La 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 la. You know, Michelle, Michelle, for some reason I feel the Lord. She yeah. So y'all say what y'all want to say, and y'all been saying what you've been saying. But you don't know the culture that was created way back then. This was before I got in the group. They were reading the Bible, and that's how she came up with the name Destiny's Child. She saw the name. I don't know what translation, but Miss Tina saw the word destiny in the Bible. And then Matthew Knowles was like, she said, well, why don't we call the group Destiny? But I think there was a gospel group or something named Destiny already.
I think there was.
Well, I think there was. And then Matthew was like, well, why don't we put child or something? And that's how they came up with Destiny's Child. She was reading the Bible.
All right, so I think we're gonna free a lot of people, but I think we could also stir up a hornet's nest, and I'm ready for you.
Yeah, because we got a lot of how can you write a song called Bootylicious and then get up and thank God at an award show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Who else I can't thank God.
Yeah.
God didn't give you the lyrics.
Okay, so
we weren't
again,
thanking God for the song Bootylicious. I think we was just thanking God for the ability and I don't know. We just people would say, can y'all please stop talking about God so much?
Was it?
So I'm just giving y'all the backstory. That's how I'm able. But I was that before I got in the group, too.
Right, for sure.
Okay, I was that before I was
yes.
raised.
You were a church nurse.
I was a church nurse.
Listen, they don't get more churchier than a church nurse and Church of God in Christ.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yes. So I was that before I got in the group, and thank God that culture was already kind of cemented, and then, so. All
right. So the man, okay. So, okay, this is dangerous.
Come on, let's go.
This is dangerous. How many people are trapped in a church choir because the church said this is the only place you can use those vocals and give God glory? This is the only place you can use those vocals and God get glory. And if you step outside of my church or outside of these four walls and you sing anything else, forget if it was Bootylicious or I Love You, Ricky. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
love you, Ricky.
I'm dead. Oh, God, that was funny. That was way too funny. Okay. It was too quick. That's the thing that I'm weak. Okay. If you, even if it wasn't Bootylicious, how you got churches telling people if you only use your gift in church, you ain't giving God glory. And it's like, you're gonna pay me. Oh, I know I'm about to piss some people off. You're going to pay me $50,000 a year to be your praise and worship leader.
You ain't supposed to even be getting paid.
Right. right.
You paying $50,000 praise and worship leader?
Right.
Word. We didn't get paid.
Listen,
we got an appreciation day with $200 check.
That's exactly right. And you were told, thank you for using your gift for God.
We can't pay you what you're worth.
You can't pay you what you're worth.
Here's a fruit basket.
Yeah, but God's gonna bless. I'm telling you, God's gonna bless you in an immeasurable way.
Love token. It was a love token.
It was a love token. Right.
It was a love token.
Okay, so God's gonna bless. We can't pay you what you're worth, but God's gonna bless you. But then He does bless you with Destiny Child, and it's like, I can't believe she out there singing in them old heathen streets.
Well, listen. Do you tell the person who believes that, I want to go to medical school, you're not supposed to use your gift of healing outside of the church?
Please continue.
You're not supposed to, what? I'd love to draw. I just see myself being an architect. As long as you're building churches.
You need to build an edifice for God. A tabernacle.
Why do we limit secular to music? And music only? So I can have a job anywhere else, but music it has to be in the church. Any type of musician, anything creative
has to be in the church. There, two people that I grew up with have gone on in church from Rockford, Illinois. They've gone on to like be dancers, choreographers for Tina Turner, Cher, Britney Spears from my hometown.
Yeah.
Were they only supposed to choreograph
praise and worship
dances for Women's Day?
Yeah, liturgical dancing. prophetic body movements. Okay, so you stop, please.
It's this. I want it. Oh, can I do a praise dance at your church? Okay, talk.
Okay, so
why do we all only limit certain things to music?
Okay,
and the arts, it's secular.
I talked about this on another pod, but now we get to elaborate clearly on this.
Come on.
I don't understand. First of all, I would say the vast majority of churches that wind up with a gift like yours, with these uber creative giftings, the lid is the pastor. The pastor is the least creative person in the whole wide world and wants to control everyone else's expression of said creativity. So they see the creativity or they see the let's just say with you in particular, right? Where, oh my goodness, there's an anointing on Michelle to sing and create and write and produce and we have an Easter service.
Okay.
And what I see, I'm gonna do a sermon called "Roll Away the Stone," and then there's a part after the stone rolls away that I'm gonna come out as Jesus. I'm not Jesus, but I'm gonna come out as Jesus. And then when I come out, you remember when Mary saw him and thought he was the gardener. What I want you to do is I want you to sing one of them songs, not none of them from your Destiny Babies thing, but if you sing one of them songs, if you would act as the part as Mary and just sing that part, that's what I feel like is gonna set our Easter service off. Okay. First of all, this is trash. Number one. Number two, he just peed on your creativity, right? Like, instead of, like, when I get with creatives, I walk in the room and I say, what y'all want to do? I don't stomp on creatives. I got two right there.
Amazing.
I got one right.
Yeah.
I have never walked in and said, here's how I see it going, guys. Have I done it? Y'all can out me if I've done it, right? No. I come in and I'm like, these are the creative guys. I literally called these two Bezalel and the Holy App. Now, I wish somebody would try to say I don't read my Bible. Y'all don't know who them people are. Huh? Go look in Exodus and find Bezalel and a Holy App. Pronounce it correctly and then come back and tell me if I'm not in my book.
Ooh.
All right, that's my only clap back.
Because it is a bed nego.
Huh?
Not a bend.
Yeah.
In
that
the
part,
ego.
there's a bed.
A bend in the ego.
And he's also not a bad Negro. For all these Chitlin Circuit preachers that want to insert their ethnicity into every... The book belongs to Jewish people. Stop yourself. We got engrafted. That's another show. Okay. Shout out to my Messianic rabbis. All right. So anyway, the creatives got to create.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't get the cathedrals that have been around for thousands of years that are still attractions to the entire. Why is the whole world attracted to those edifices? Because the priest had no say-so in it.
Come on.
That stunk. I felt that when I said it. The priest had no say-so. They let those that were creative build these incredible edifices, and then they just walked into them. I don't think nobody in Rome went in there and was like, here's how I need this to be painted, Leonardo.
I got a mood board.
Yeah.
Already.
I'm thinking these I don't like what you did with the on that part of the ceiling, sir. Guy's arm need to be stretched out a little bit more. They left that boy in there and they walked away. And millions of people come every year to look up.
Ooh.
How is somebody supposed to get saved in that secular space if you're not near them? And you won't be near them singing near the cross. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know anybody that sung the blood of Jesus prevails that got to talk to Britney Spears. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. I love all the worship music that we have, but if we are confining everyone that believes in Jesus to that space, then how do we reach a dark world if we don't have proximity?
Correct.
You gonna cross your fingers and hope they listen to Maverick? You gonna cross your fingers and hope they listen to a Kirk Franklin song? Very few of those people get to do, you know what I mean, cross-pollination. So if we don't have people, oh, thank you,
That
Holy
was
Spirit.
sent.
Hold on. This is okay. The Holy Spirit. So dope.
Ooh,
I said, if we don't have people, you know what he said? If we don't trust people.
okay. Yeah.
If I can't trust you to be in that space and be a light shining in dark, that's the big thing.
Every couple years, I like, Lord, why did you take this girl from Rockford, Illinois, out here? And I believe you confirmed it. He said, because I trust you. I can trust you. Dang. Have I wanted to fit in, even in that world?
Yeah.
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 I've done a few things to fit in.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if I change this a little bit, I want to, because, I want to be, I found myself wanting to even, I had to take myself out of even certain acquaintances, because I even found myself wanting to fit in certain church circles.
Yep.
I didn't call you to fit in really nowhere. But I do know I was sent to this part. I was sent. I didn't try to be in it. I went to college for criminal justice and sociology. I made business cards to sing at bar mitzvahs, funerals, weddings on the side.
Yep.
But God like recalibrated those plans and sent me to where I am.
So
I believe I was sent.
So to have your assignment so scrutinized. How did that feel? How does that feel?
I haven't paid attention to it in some years.
Yeah.
I remember I went to a gospel award show weekend, and once again wanting to fit in, because these are a lot of people that I admire. I'm a consumer of their music, and it wasn't necessarily them that rejected me. Yeah. But I remember getting on the airplane in tears, because I felt like they don't like me over there.
Wow.
I just want to give all my resources and what I know to this particular area. I want to help develop. I want to help. I just felt so rejected. It was, why are you here? Why is she trying to come take over this? Why is she trying to do this? And I just remember in tears, and God was like, why are you crying about a box I never put you in? Them tears dried up quick. You crying about a box that you trying to put yourself in that I never called you to be in a box. I ain't tried to fit in and show up since.
Oh my God.
I said, okay, Lord. Them tears, I tell you, them tears divine dried up. I said, my bad. I was just playing. Yeah, I was hormonal. I looked at the calendar. I was
Yo, okay, I'm on the verge of tears.
because we will want to fit in and conform. That's what that means too. Fit in.
Yep.
I didn't call you to be accepted.
Yeah.
A lot of us with assignments also want acceptance.
Yep.
A lot of times you will be rejected.
Yep.
And you will be rejected. Go where I sent you.
Yep.
Fulfill the call.
Yep.
Fulfill the assignment. God, I want to be accepted by you. I want to know that you're pleased. At
Yep.
the end of the day, it's got to be well done, thy good and faithful servant. And it ain't to be, I don't serve just in one particular area.
All right, so Romans 12 says, be ye not conformed to this world, right? But be ye transformed. Shout out to the prophetic way you displayed that on The Masked Singer by being the butterfly.
Yes.
Which has to go through a metamorphosis.
Yes.
To be transformed.
To be transformed.
Right? I think this is hitting me personally because I have never fit in to the prevailing paradigms of church circles. I fit in the church. We are a part of the body of Christ. But in terms of like, and here's how I want to break that down. Not like a fit, like I've been misplaced, but I mean like I feel like I belong to everybody. Like I belong to the church, not a church, not a specific denomination, not even a specific train of thought.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm just like, y'all my family. And we Anglican over here? Oh, let's rock out with the Anglicans. Oh, your communion, we all gonna drink out the same cup? Oh, and that's real brandy? Snap. Okay, the Lord's communion over here is strong. You know what I'm saying? When I get to a conservative evangelical church, the Lord's communion over here is grape juice. You know what I mean? When I get to Australia, the Lord's communion over here is wine. By the gallon. Them Australians and them UK people love they wine.
Come on.
I just feel like we hinder ourselves and we wind up egregiously less than well-rounded by trying to fit one thing at the expense of something else.
Absolutely. And I vacillate between impact and influence. I guess influence means you can get people to do something. Impact is it how you made them feel? Impact.
Yeah. Okay, so I love this. Okay, let's work it out. So influence is...
I love meanings of words.
Yeah. Me too. Dictionary stays on deck for me. So while you pull up, you're pulling
impact.
up. Okay, impact. So I would say influence is the ability to get people to move.
Okay.
Impact would be the depth of what you can get people to feel.
Ooh.
Is it close?
Yeah. So okay. The action of one object coming forcibly into contact with another. Okay, that's
impact.
Then the effect or influence of one person, thing, or action on another.
I like it.
Impact, having a strong effect on someone or something.
Yeah.
Impact or influence.
Yeah. I think
do we strive for both?
Yeah, I think it's two different things.
Okay.
I think a lot of people have influence. Well, I know it for a fact because there was a TikTok person that has like hundreds of thousands of followers and all that kind of stuff, and they had some kind of event. I'm not going to say it was Comic-Con, but it was something like that, and they had a whole section for her, and they had like ropes tied off and for a meet and greet. No one came to her booth. So she had influence, but it didn't impact anybody to do anything.
Got it.
So it was enough influence for a double tap, but not for like, oh, is she gonna be there? I'm coming. Right? So impact and influence, I don't believe is the same thing. Right? You can influence someone without impacting them. You got them to move over here, but they also moved right back.
Yeah.
Right? Jesus had influence and impact. Right? The gospel has influence and impact. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. So let's move from, because you gave us a whole clinic on celebrity and influence and not having to stay in the box and
I'm telling you,
cooked me.
Why are you crying about a box I never put you in? How many of us are sobbing for acceptance? God, I just want them to like me. I just want them to accept me. Why don't they call me for the private cool gatherings that they have? I just want to fit in. Why don't they?
So based on
what you have could be diluted too by constantly being in the in. You know, will people listen to you? Because I'm comfortable with you.
Yep.
I hang out with you all the time. You're with me all the time. And I've literally extracted myself out of certain acquaintances. I'm like, what am I doing here? Why am I trying to fit in with you?
I don't even like you that much.
It's not that I don't even like you. I know you don't like me. Because you think I ain't supposed to be where I am because you better than me. You more talented to me. It's like that in one of my favorite genres of music. I feel the spirit. I feel what you are saying and what you've said in your head.
Woo!
And it's been confirmed many times that you said it.
It's happened to me.
You can smile in my face, but my spirit be like, you think because you can do all them riffs that you should be where I am. I feel it all the time when I'm supposed to do something major as it relates to singing. Your spirit oozes that you talk about. You talked about me so bad.
I have felt that same thing.
But here I am. I just want them now. I just want to hang out. I just want to be with you guys. For what?
Yeah. I have felt that same thing in green rooms.
Yep.
It's a spirit. And you can pick up on it and you know it. I know you don't like me.
I know it for
You're only talking to me because this setting
requires
it, but you don't want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna call me. You know what I mean? You don't want to keep in touch. You really want them. You want that person's attention, and you know I have.
In proximity.
I have proximity, and you think because you get to me, you can get to them, and
not gonna work. Because the people we have proximity to, that God has given us favor and access to, we protect that. So I know I'm even called and sent to protect certain.
Yes.
Through prayer, intercession, just showing up to the house. You good? I just want to lay my eyes on you. You okay?
Yeah. I can't tell you how many conferences I've been invited to and asked if I can get Mike Todd to come.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dumbest mistake they could ever make in their life. You just told me too much about you. You didn't want me in the first place. You wanted a 2-for-1 deal. And you think my proximity to Mike means that I tell a grown man what to do and where to go?
Yeah.
That ain't this relationship. Now we both ain't coming. Have a good conference. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Moving right along.
And this is not to bash or anything. This is called
Grow up.
Grow up, and we are aware.
Yeah, don't think we don't know what you're doing.
We are aware, but I was released from the trying to fit in. And when you fit in, you look desperate. I'll never forget, y'all. Years ago, I tell this story a lot when it comes to fitting in. Years ago, years ago, my dad was a bouncer at a club, a nightclub.
This is great.
And
this is good.
I remember there was a R&B group that was performing, doing like an after set. And of course, we're under 21. It might have been okay if you were 18, but we weren't even 18 at the time. But because my dad was the bouncer, he's resting in peace, y'all. So y'all can't try to arrest him or nothing. For child endangerment or anything. But we went to this club. Oh, everybody had their boobs pushed up, probably leggings at that time, y'all. Y'all, I went in a floral church dress.
Kojic.
But because it showed a little bit of chest, I just knew I was sexy. I didn't have a mini skirt and fishnets. I just thought
you had church clothes and you went to a club.
When I walked in, people were like, you supposed to be at choir rehearsal. You supposed to. They knew I wasn't supposed to be there.
Wow.
I looked out of place.
No, for sure. Yo, we have too many similarities.
I promise. I had finger waves going up. It was like this tower of finger waves. It was a very saved, sanctified hairstyle. And I went in a floral dress, y'all. But I thought because it showed a little chest and I oiled it a little bit, that I was going to the club.
Oiled it. I'm weak.
I didn't know what club clothes were.
Yeah.
I know now. No.
Hey, so
they're in storage. They're in storage.
with the Grammys. All right, so when I gave my life to Jesus, January 14th of 1996, I preached my first sermon. February 25th of 1996, I went to school. I studied administration of justice. I wanted to be a homicide detective. Mm-hmm. I went through all 7 stages to get into the police academy, and I got to. I gave my life to Christ between like the 3rd and 5th stage. So between background interviews and physicals and the written test and the oral test, right? So I'm getting through all that, and then the 7th stage is the psych. Like you got to pass your psychological evaluation. Well, I'm churchy. Like I gave my life. I got saved in a Pentecostal church, and so I go into the psych. And I basically give my testimony. Like they're asking me questions. I didn't go in there like, first give honor to God, who's the head of my life. Right. But I was literally like, I was just an open book. Like I'll share anything. Oh yeah, I got sexually abused when I was 8, and absolutely. And how has that affected you? If you had to interact with somebody from the gay community, how would you act? Well, oh no, I would be fine. You know what I mean? I would try to lead them to Jesus. But but they failed me. They failed me. And when you fail your psych at that time, I don't know if it's changed since then, but when you fail your psych, you can't take it again for 18 months. Well, I wanted to be in law enforcement since I was 4 years old. My daddy told me, I told my dad I wanted to be Batman. He told me I couldn't be Batman. I asked him why. He said, because this is LA. This is not Gotham. And these gangbangers would kill Batman, fam. Like Batman won't make it here. He might make it out there. You know what I mean? But this is concrete jungle out here, fam. Ain't enough tall buildings for him to be, escaping and stuff. He gonna get killed. You know what I mean? Them Crips gonna get him. Them Bloods gonna. Them essays. Batman ain't gonna make it out here. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so I was beyond devastated, and I backslid. I was like, God, like I just got with you. Like, so I broke up with him. I was like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about really like going through and you don't get your way and all that kind of stuff and dying to yourself and not my will, but thine be done. I was like, forget you then. If you ain't gonna let me have my dreams, So I went to the club. I went back to the club. I went to the Metro in Riverside. I'll never forget it. Went back to the Metro. Walk up in that thing. I didn't call none of the homies or nothing because they all kind of like distanced themselves from me when I gave my life to Jesus, like out of respect, whatever. So I go to the club and I'm just like in there chilling, mind my business, dancing, and this dude walked up to me with a little drink in his hand. I've never seen this dude in my life. He walked up to me. He said, Hey, little homie. He's like, hey, bro, you ain't supposed to be in here. And I was like, what? He was like, he looked me up and down. He was like, yeah, dog, you ain't supposed to be in here, dog. He was like, man, you need to go home, homie. You ain't supposed to be in here. And I was so defensive. And then I was offended after I was defensive.
What?
And then like I left though. like I was so shamed that I went and got in the car. I had a brown Honda Accord, 4-door, roll down windows. And I had to drive all the way back up to Apple Valley, like from Riverside. And I was driving home and I was like, the sinner sent me home? Like the
The sinner sent me home.
The dude sent me home. And I went home and I pouted with God in private. And I told him it was like the Lord used that dude to send me home to deal with the real issue. The real issue was not, I hate you, God, and so I'm going back to my old lifestyle. It was, I'm disappointed you didn't let me have my way. And so I'm going back to the only thing I know is familiar. And he wouldn't let me enjoy it.
You're like, dang, I can't do that right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even go to the club
I can't even go to the club right and holler at a girl no more and all that kind of stuff. He wouldn't let you with your little oily chest and your floral dress on even get away with it. It was like
What was I thinking?
Where you listen, don't all of
Not
us.
what was I thinking, but you wore a floral dress to the club.
That's all you knew.
That's all I knew.
In the same way, when somebody that's been their life comes to church, they coming in a miniskirt.
That's right.
Right? It's like you come with the clothes you have on. We tell everybody come as you are. And as soon as they get there, they're like, no, we don't like how you are. It's like, anyway.
Come as we are.
Right. Wow.
Y'all didn't mean come as you are. Come as we are. When you get there, act like us. Don't tell us your problems. Don't tell us you're really sick in the mind and the spirit. Don't tell us none of that. Come as we are. Come already to come. Act like you got it together. Is that another episode?
This is one and the same, TT. This the same ep. No, I mean you're oh my gosh, yo. Like that's very, very true. The come as we are, and here's the thing, it's implied, but it's not said. They won't even tell you how they are until you're not. And then that's when they remind you, that's not what we do here. That's not what we say here. That's not how we act here. That's not how we dress here. It's like, I just got here. How was I supposed to know that?
Yes, this is take a deep breath in and exhale moment, because we failed so many people and turned away so many people, because we weren't comfortable, or maybe we forgot. That's what we used to do. That's what we used to wear. That's how we used to be.
Well, I think if a lot of the preachers and church mothers, especially in where we came out of, like it would have just been nice to know that before Mother Jenkins was a church mother, she was a hoe. Like that would have been nice to know.
That rhymes.
Yeah.
That would have been nice to know that Mother Jenkins
was a hoe. Like that would have been nice to know. It would have been nice to know that the pastor struggled with pornography. Right? That even though he's 72 years old, he had every VHS tape there was in the 80s. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You remember we had Columbia House they had.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. And we're also dating ourselves as well. Everybody's going to be kind of Google Columbia House.
Joe Biden, I'm so glad that you forgave student loans. Is Columbia House y'all still coming after people who owe? Because remember you would get 20 CDs for 1 cent?
That's exactly right. 1 penny.
Remember it was something like that?
Yes,
and you would tape a penny and mail it?
Yes, that's exactly right. No, oh my God, you took me back with that.
Columbia House at East Bay.
It would have been nice to know that they had struggles. I don't want to make everything sexual. You know, you could be angry and you could have, you know, the list is too long. But I just, you know, some of these preachers on their fourth wives, and we're and you talking about discipline and holiness. You can't be married 4 times and every single one was the other person's fault. That's not how relationships work.
Well, 3 of them passed, so I can remarry if they passed away, right?
But if you killed them, though, we gonna find you. Hey, okay, all right, TT. We gotta talk.
I be trying to get out of that. That ain't sin because they passed away, so I can remarry.
Yeah, listen. Listen. That's quite unfortunate. But if 3 of your spouses die, the police gonna look at you real close.
That's not my real life. Please don't go look at me. I was just playing. I'm just playing.
They gonna look. They. You talking about getting scrutinized? That's what's gonna happen. All right. You have talked to us about that. This right now you feel is the same energy from 20 years ago. Like the favor is still on you. God's still using you.
I believe so, Lord. I hope.
No.
What they say,
I believe so.
Working for God and don't know He fired you.
Lord. Many shall say, Lord, I prophesied in your name. I healed in your name. And He's going to say what? Depart from me.
I don't know you.
You're a worker of iniquity. I never knew you.
Never knew you.
All right. So you ready for the revelation on that?
Yes.
Okay. So you and I have, we owned 100 acres of apple trees.
Okay.
Okay. And we're in business and we sling apples.
Okay.
Okay. And, harvest time comes around and we usually have 6 weeks to get all the apples in. We have 100 employees and the name of our apple company is TNT. Yay! Right? TNT apples, right? And so we supply Mott's and we make apple juice. You know what I mean? Applesauce. Mother Smith's is we secured that contract to give her all the apples for her pies. And so we get the weather report, and when the weather report comes, we find out that there's gonna be like a freak kind of winter blizzard, and instead of having 6 weeks to get all of our apples in from 100 acres of apple trees in this orchard, we only have 3. We only have 3 weeks instead of 6. So because we only have 3 weeks to get it in instead of 6 weeks to get it in, we have to call the temp agency. Because even if we put our 100 employees on working 12-hour shifts, we're not going to get all of our apples in. Okay. So we're going to miss some of that crop. We're going to miss some of that harvest. We're going to take a loss. We don't want a loss. So we call the temp agency. We call the temp agency and we say, hey, we need 50 extra people to help us get these apples in from this orchard. And they're like, okay, what are the you need a background check? Nope. Can they pick apples? Yes, they can pick apples. All right. Do you want to know their previous experience? No. As long as they can't pick apples, get them here. So they send us, they rush us, 50 people. So now we got 150 people in the field pulling apples, right? And because we got 3 weeks and we're like, everybody get to work, right? Now, the people that we hired that did background checks and we did interviews and, we checked their references, they're starting to come to us to complain about the 50 that we got from the temp agency. And what they're saying is, these people, they smoking on the job. And our response is, are they picking apples? And they're like, yeah, but it's in our company policy not to smoke. This is a smoke-free environment. We're like, yeah, we can't worry about that right now. We need these apples in. Okay. And so they kind of walked away miffed. Like, have they changed their stance? Have they changed their values? And it's like, we need these apples, right? It seems to be at the expense of our moral code, right? And so a couple of days later, they come back again. They were like, we just found 2 people having sex in the bathroom. And that's definitely against company policy, like sexual harassment. But they boning each other. And it's like, are you going to do something about it? And we're like, are they picking apples? And they're like, God dog it. Like, man, they're carnal now. They don't even care anymore, right? Well, we get complaints like this for 3 weeks in a row. But guess what, T?
Them apples.
We got all 100 acres of apples in the 3 weeks. Okay? Now, when we're celebrating and we call everybody into, this big old room that we celebrate our achievements, right? And so, and we got checks. 150 people line up for checks. But we only got 100 checks.
Ooh.
And, we passing out our checks. Hey, Derek, great job. 97. And Sarah, you did a great job, 98. And Monica, you did a great job, 99. And, Hector, you did a great job, 100, right? And then the 101st person is right there with his hand up. Toby's like, where my check? And I'm like, TT, you got a check for Toby? And you looking through, you're like, I don't have a Toby on payroll. And then Toby's like, not me, and these are 49 other people. We've been working in your field. We got on your company shirt. We got the access badge to get in. We got a login ID to get on your computers. We wear your little hat, and we've been out in your field. And you look, I'm like, TT, will you double check? Do you have a Toby and do you see?
I don't see Toby.
Who else is in this line?
Abigail.
Abigail, do you see an Abigail in there?
No, I don't see Abigail.
Abigail in there.
See, maybe.
Do you see a Lamerick?
I don't.
Okay, so y'all all been working in the field for the last 3 weeks. TT, I know what it is.
What?
They all work for the temp agency. Oh no, I know you worked in our field, but we're not the one paying you.
Oh, so I got to go to the temp agency and get my check.
You got to go to the temp agency to get your check. And I think the name of the temp agency, it wasn't Manpower, it wasn't Special Counsel. It was Iniquity. That's who's cutting y'all's check. The temp agency we used was called Iniquity. Y'all work. You were in my field, but who you work for is Iniquity. And what you don't understand is that I love my harvest so much that I did give you access to my authority. I did give you access to my power. I did let you work in my field because I wanted my I wanted my souls in the kingdom. And I knew you were ratchet, and I let you work here anyway. And I knew you had no morals and no integrity, and I knew you did it for your own gain. And I knew instead of putting some of them apples in the basket, you ate some. But I wanted the harvest in so bad.
Well, because Lord, they said an apple a day. That's why I ate them. That's me in heaven. God, I thought they said an apple a day.
Literally, that verse, the Lord gave me that analogy. That because I'm Peter, I get mad. Like I want to defend the you know what I mean. If I was petty, I would be the guy that like body slams all the preachers that ain't doing right. I would like the whole podcast would just be, and there's another guy, and there's another. Look at this guy. This guy sucks too. And look at that guy. This guy's a sham. And look at this guy.
Sham. Wow.
I would put everybody on blast, but that's whack-a-mole. Like you can never get to the end of but let them work. Somebody's coming to. Paul said, "Listen, I don't like some of these guys out here, but as long as the name of Jesus is being professed, let it go. Because in the end, he'll bind up the wheat and the tare, and he'll burn it up. Why would I spend my time pointing out people that are false full of false doctrine and false prophets and all that kind of stuff? We're gonna all be in the field, and God's done with me complaining. Like, you don't see him? That man got a church, and he got 3 children out of wedlock, and the church won't even sit him down. And the Lord's like, is he picking apples?
Wow.
Is he picking apples? I know you know.
But Lord, can you save them and get them right?
If they want to. They do have the opportunity.
I just want everybody to see Jesus.
I do too. But everybody won't. But that's not our business. Like, that's their business. That's free will.
Yeah.
Okay, I just needed to get that out.
Sheesh.
All right, so I want to talk about the impact you're having now, right? Especially since you're not living in the impact you're having in, which is like man, if that ain't a clinic, nothing is. You have been so vulnerable, so transparent, so outspoken around matters of mental health, self-care, therapy. I want to first, before you say anything, I just want to say how proud of you I am, how inspired by you I am, how thankful for you I am that you would be brave enough not to be the spokesperson of something that you won't talk about. Right? Like, hey, yes, I'm on this show and I'm donating to this charity. You don't care. You just needed a write-off. So you know what I mean? But you are out here telling people about sides of you that most people who have attained your influence and celebrity would never share voluntarily. Right? I'm not talking about like your whole life crumbled in front of our face. You know what I'm saying? You was walking down the street with a bra and panties on. You know what I mean? With a 40 ounce in your hand. And it's like we've taken the lowest of lows and turned it into, you know what I mean, VH1, where are they now? You know what I mean? It's literally you voluntarily, which this is the difference between transparency and vulnerability.
Right.
Okay? Right? Like, transparency is you walked up to my house and you could peek through the windows. If I push all the curtains back and let you peek in my house, that's transparency. Whatever you can see because I let you see it. Right? Vulnerability is I'm going to let you in the house and give you access to the room that you can't see through the window.
That's good.
And no one deserves our vulnerability. It's a gift that you give, and you gave it without anyone asking for it. And I'm curious as to why.
It could be the gift of TMI, because my mother says I give too much information. It's
me
just,
too.
I don't,
because my name is Tim. I'm TIM, and so I just figured it's just one letter switch, and then it's TMI.
TMI. She's TMI. I told this guy that I went out with somebody else. And my mother's like, you weren't supposed to tell him that. Sometimes you talk too much. It's TMI. You ain't supposed to tell him. I was like, I didn't want to lie.
Oh, my God.
But sorry, Mom, if you're watching, you did tell me I shouldn't have told him. But you know, I don't know. I don't know why I shared my journey starting in 2013 publicly by accident. I didn't know that I was doing an interview. I didn't know that was an interview, the part of the interview that they would care about. And it made the final print of the interview. And I just remember saying, God, what did I do? Because after that article, I was promoting a Broadway musical that I was touring in called Fela at the time. And I do remember we were having conversation, and I said, man, I had been struggling with depression really bad last year or something. And it went everywhere. It went everywhere. It was on the lower third of CNN, and I was like, what did I do? I shouldn't have shared that. I didn't know it was gonna go so public. And I remember doing some interviews, still promoting one thing, but they brought up the depression piece, and grown men started pulling me aside, saying with tears in their eyes. I remember two in particular from two different networks saying, thank you for sharing this. Men. So when men pulled me aside, I said, because men don't share, that they're going through this.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to talk about it from here on out.
Wow.
Any opportunity that I have. Fast forward to 2018, when I had to check myself into a treatment facility for depression. Again, I tried to do it on the low. I think this is how it went. My manager could probably tell you like all the steps, but all I remember is getting a phone call at the facility saying TMZ reached out to us saying that they got wind that you're in a treatment facility for depression. What do you want to do? Nothing. But when an entity like TMZ finds out information, most of the time it's true. And they're going to tell it whether or not you give them confirmation.
Right.
So that's when we were like, well, I'm transparent. I said, I'm going to tell it eventually, just not right now. I'm trying to get help.
Yeah, for sure.
And we put together a statement. I had to give him my Instagram password and everything because I can't have my phone.
Yeah.
He had to have a code to even get to me in the hospital.
Wow.
And put that statement out. And I was like, let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
And the love and support and people reaching out saying, wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a warplane.
It's a helicopter. It's a military helicopter.
I knew it was some kind of Air Force warplane with goods, cargo or something in it.
There are more with us than there are with them. That's too
So
churchy.
anywho, by the way, so I just know to stop talking when there could be a sound issue. Okay, cool. I can keep going.
Good. Yeah,
I could keep going.
We're not that produced. We don't care.
Okay. I didn't know. So I just like getting out of the treatment facility, like, all right, this is mad public now. And I felt like, am I going to be a liability? Now that it's been this public, will people think something is wrong with me and not want to work with me again? And, but since 2018, it's been okay. I found purpose, continuous purpose.
Yeah.
Like this is the next season of my life to let people know, it's okay to go get some help.
Yeah.
It can be Jesus and
Yes.
therapy because it's Jesus and ibuprofen, ain't it?
Keep talking.
It's Jesus
Say it
and
with your chest.
It's Jesus and stuff for heartburn and indigestion when it could be anxiety. So you might
Keep
need
going.
clonazepam. You might
Keep coming.
It's Jesus and it's not that I don't trust God because I've gone to therapy. I trust God wholeheartedly.
Yep.
But I know that he's gifted someone to help me unpack some pain and process transition and changes in my life. I still pray. I still have my moments with God. Yes, I do. But that's like telling my uncle he shouldn't be a physician, that God didn't give him the gift to be a physician and heal. It's Jesus and the physician.
Well,
Jesus is the great physician. I know. He is. He is.
and
Jesus and therapy, Jesus and counseling. It is not to take the place of Jesus.
not at all.
But it's Jesus and.
I've been saved 26 years.
Did we talk about that on Tone? We go into detail on that.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all gonna get that.
Yeah, y'all gonna get that course whether you like it or not. Well, no, you're not. You're gonna get it whether you like it or not. Yeah, that's right.
Because it can help a person. I wanna. What I do is just not for the person with depression, anxiety, or another diagnosed mental illness. It's also for the person dealing with someone with depression.
Right. You need both sides.
You need both sides.
Yeah.
So you might not ever have dealt with depression, but maybe your partner on the job, your spouse, just a family member, you'll know how to deal with them.
That's right.
You'll know. I want to give you some tools and resources, what things that helped me get into the root of unmet needs. My heart, I've had the stoniness around my heart. I've only thought people with a stony heart are like mean church mothers. us that are joking, cracking jokes, got so much pain, and each piece of abuse and trauma created a stone around your heart. That's what that is, you know. And I remember getting this information, and remember that my heart turning into a heart of flesh. And I'll never forget saying, God, I'm sorry, I don't want to feel again. I don't want to have empathy, because now I can feel and see when someone's going through.
Yeah, absolutely.
I put them stones back around my heart. I don't want to feel all this. This renewal of the heart, I don't want this no more. But this is my assignment right now. And whether it's through the pulpit, not in the pulpit, and this is because I do speaking engagements in ministries, or through conversation that we're having right now, I'm ready to go.
Listen, I have been saved 26 years. I have been in therapy for 24.
And you're so open, by the way. Thank you. You actually utilize your Sunday mornings to tell people, yo, you're not okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. I forgot how many weeks the series was, but I did a series called Peace of Mind, and the whole thing was about mental health. We literally had therapists, neuropsychologists start coming to the church just because they were like, we've never heard a pastor ever preach a message, let alone a whole series. We flooded 3 different counseling centers, just our church.
Wow.
So many clients, so many of our residents at Embassy City started going to these counseling centers. We are responsible for the flood and the increase in counseling services provided and the increase in staffing. So 3 different counseling centers have been bolstered. Outside of an altar call, I have never seen the impact, right, of a message in a series hit our church, where there was an instantaneous response and people made a commitment to go do difficult stuff. My life coach, who is a licensed therapist and sex therapist, said to me, this was such a disheartening stat, but it calibrated me to empathize with the rest of the world. She said only 1% of people in the world do their soul care, their heart work. 1%. Okay, so that's about 800,000 people, or is it 8 million people? Because there's like 8 billion people in the world.
Go with the 8 million.
Okay, so 8 million people, right? Yeah, so 8 million. So there's like 8 million people that do their soul care, or 80 million people. I don't know I'm not good at math. I'm not going to even keep trying. So think about it. That would only be like 3 states. If it's 80 million people, that's only 3 states. That's like Texas, California, and maybe New York put together. Maybe you could throw in a...
Don't give me... Nick, because I'm a Google queen. I'll have to Google how many people are in these states.
Josh is doing it. Or you're texting somebody. You're not even doing it. My bad. He doesn't care about this podcast at all.
He's taking notes.
I'm just playing. So I just outed Josh for no reason. So
he's taking notes of what you're saying.
So all of these people, because here's what I see people do that are brave enough to start doing their own therapy, and they start becoming self-aware. They start judging people that haven't.
Right.
Right.
I have walked through. I've done that.
I've had to walk through it.
Yeah.
And you just start. You're like
assessing people.
You need to do your. You know what I mean. I know what that is. And you know what I mean. Because when you become self-aware, when you're self-conscious, you're not consciously aware of anyone else but self. That's why it's called self-consciousness, right? You are only conscious of self. When you're self-aware, you're aware of yourself and everybody else, right? You can hear you and hear others. And then you know how the atmosphere is supposed to be, and you can pick up on stuff, and it's very, very sweet. Well, I had to go through that phase where I was like, I can't judge you for not doing your work because it's painful.
It's painful, and they don't even know that they can do the work, that it's something like that exists, because we put healthcare, we don't put mental healthcare in the same as just healthcare.
That's right.
Like cardiovascular health, reproductive health, urological care.
Yep.
All that's over there.
Yeah.
Mental health, we put it way over there.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the same psychologists and psychiatrists also are in the same medical building
Right.
as maybe where you go get not a heart test. What?
A scan. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So let's put it all together. The mental health, all that, it's part of the body, the cardiovascular health, my reproductive health, my bone health, all of that. Let's make it all make sense.
Absolutely.
Let's put it all in one. And but I just think too, people don't know that they can or they should, or they don't know. A friend of mine thought he was having a heart attack, and all his blood tests and everything came back okay, and the doctor said, this is anxiety.
Yeah. It was in his mind and needed to be labeled.
Yeah.
And needed to be discussed. And needed to be articulated.
And just because you have a diagnosis, to me, a diagnosis is just data.
It's information.
It's information.
Now I know what I'm doing.
Now I know what to do. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person or anything like that. It's just data for what you need to do. Okay, do I certain foods, gut health and mental health. There are certain things that I've taken out my diet, I don't sugar, and it's just certain things you'll know what to do when you get the information. So I just want people to get the information and figure out their responses and certain behaviors, and to have as much of a great quality of life. We are securing the bag for sure. We are the generation of securing the bag.
Yep.
Okay. But our mind is a mess. The mind, the place where you think, feel, and choose from, all that's a mess. Okay. But securing the bag, we got that. We're master classes and experts. There's so many master classes on the bag.
But not on the mind.
Not on the mind.
Wow.
The money, but the mind, not the mind.
And it's almost, it sounds like, TT, it's money at the expense of your mind.
Money absolutely. And then you won't be able to enjoy it.
How can you?
Yeah,
there's no way to.
So, or we do things with our money because we're hurting somewhere. We're overspending. We're just shopping. We're gambling.
Yep.
Because something's going on there. I'm hurting.
Yeah.
So,
you wrote a book.
Yes.
And you started a podcast.
Yes.
And from my vantage point, in doing those two things, you started a movement.
Yeah.
How does that feel to you?
Wow.
And talk to us about the book.
The book and podcast is called Checking In.
Yep.
How getting real about depression saved my life, and it can save yours too. Checking in there was so much shame attached to when it was public that I had checked in to a hospital. But I was like, oh, what happened for me to get here? Yes, there were some things going on there, mentally. But I stopped checking in with God. I got on autopilot. Stopped checking in with myself. I stopped checking in with others. Others meant I wasn't honest about how I was doing because so much good was going on. I got engaged. We was rehearsing for Coachella, and so don't come to me talking about something you depressed, Tanisha. Like, ain't nothing wrong with you. You got everything going. Checking in with myself, I look back when I checked into the hospital in July, the symptoms started in January of that year.
Wow.
7 months. Wow. And I just
suppressed it.
Wow. Because there was so much good going on around me. So you can't possibly be depressed.
Wow.
That same thing was told to me in the early 2000s. Michelle, y'all got Barbie dolls. Y'all just signed a multi-million-dollar deal. You're about to go on tour. It's not depression. So at that time, I thought I was just homesick and fatigued. Because when you are fatigued, it's like the senses get overwhelmed you get overwhelmed, you get tired, sometimes you do just need a nap.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
you just need some home cooked food.
Yeah, no, that's true.
No, but it lingered.
No, this was
That stuff that was going on starting around the 6th or 7th grade started seeping out. Crying for help in certain ways, but not knowing that it was depression from the 7th grade. So the industry didn't make me depressed. I ain't sell my soul, and now I'm depressed. None of that happened. Okay. You're in the devil's territory. That's why you're depressed. No, I was dealing with this in the 6th, 7th grade. Didn't know it until I got the official diagnosis. But fast forward to those 3 pillars of checking in. That's where that movement was birthed.
Can I go a little bit slower?
Yeah.
Because this is
and taking the power back in those 2 words, checking in.
Yeah.
Because they're the humiliation and the embarrassment of 2018. I want to erase it off of Google. Don't take Coachella off though. We was fine, baby. We looked good.
Okay, so this is my empath, and I'm part of my interruption. How does it feel to be dismissed because like my heart broke that because good things were happening, your depression was dismissed. It was almost like you don't have permission to be depressed unless your outside matches the inside. It's such that feels devastating to me.
Because if you acknowledge that you have depression while good things are going on, are you ungrateful? So you better stay grateful. You better have this posture of gratitude and happiness that you do have this. And that wasn't an external pressure. That was me saying, man, but they all right. You got a lot of good going on. Just stay grateful and thankful because it could be another way.
Right.
I think it's because some people feel like, but if I acknowledge, because I remember leaving home saying, oh, I can't wait to leave home. I'm going to just go be successful and make money. Success don't heal that pain and that trauma. I found out a number of things. Success did not heal my pain. But I also felt like if I acknowledged my pain, I wasn't grateful.
Oh, jeez.
Don't you dare acknowledge anything that you feel is going on. God has been too good to you. This is the mind. This is my brain, whatever it's talking.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
So just because you think somebody's got it going on, have that side of you that's like, it looks good, but it may be not all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Girl, I'm such an emo. That gets to me because I know what it is to be in a great season, and internally you're just going, and
yeah, and
I don't feel good today. I don't feel good about where I am. I don't feel good about my life. It's
and they are why? What you mean you don't feel good about your life? Look who you're connected to. You have an amazing family. Look at all this acreage. What are you talking about? I see milk and honey. It's the land of milk and honey. It's so much trees and greenery, you guys. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Mama's in the kitchen cooking turkey bacon. What you talking about? You don't feel good about your life. Wife is gorgeous. 2 amazing boys. Thriving ministry. Your podcast is going bonkers. What you talking about? You depressed, homie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like you. I ought to be the one depressed. Can you imagine all those things being thrown at you?
I feel it. No, I mean.
But you're still dealing with how to unpack certain things from childhood.
That's right.
because a lot of that stuff is ingrained. Some of it is DNA.
Yeah.
Some of my behaviors and responses, but trying to retrain those behaviors so that's
work.
So that your children and their children don't be affected. That is the work.
That's work.
That's where you become overwhelmed and sad that, man, this happened to me in my childhood. Then I like, man, but my mama didn't know. My daddy didn't know.
Correct.
What was done to their parents.
Right.
All this intergenerational stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm finding out about when you're being carried in the womb.
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely.
What your mom was thinking and feeling while she was carrying you is affected when.
Yes. Yeah.
So you
Pre-birth.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a lot to discover. It can be overwhelming. I think this is why most people just run from the work, because what I have surmised is that cocaine, alcohol, marijuana, pornography, sex addiction, all the stuff that we run to is just to numb
And to cope.
with what we don't want to face. That's the bottom line, right? There's no 8-year-old ever that's like, can't wait to grow up, have my teeth blowed out by meth.
The song said, I don't want to grow up.
Right. I am a Toys R Us kid. Don't nobody want to grow up, especially if they felt love and da-da-da-da. But some people had to grow up fast because they had to survive. Right? You don't get to pick your family of origin. Right? My therapist told me that kids learn their coping mechanisms with their parents because they know, if I don't attach to this person, I will not survive. So if they love me, I have to attach to them. If they don't love me, I have to attach to them. If they beat me, I have to attach to them. If they treat me, I have to, I don't have a choice. I won't survive if I don't attach to this person. So you can put cigarettes on me. Penny can get her back burned with the iron, and you still say, Mama, I love you. Why are you doing this to me? Why? Because if I don't attach to you, I will be dead.
Yeah.
I won't survive this, right? So if that gets put in you, because all of our family of origin is between 0 and 10, then whatever gets put on that between 10 and 20, from 20 on, all you're doing is fighting 0 to 10.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why when you get into therapy, they want to know what happened to your childhood. Then my first session was the Geneagram.
Yeah, good.
And then we get to 0 to 7, 7 to 15, whatever that, it's most of the time it is what happened in your childhood, how you coped in your childhood determines how you cope with stuff in your adulthood.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And if we can get honest about that and vulnerable and go back to it and go, okay, this is where we need to be. And I need to understand me. My 2 core traumas are attachment and abandonment. Those are my 2 core traumas, because the sexual abuse at 8 made me walk away thinking I can't tell my parents, because if I tell my parents, they're going to kill this dude and I'm going to never see my parents again. So I don't get to run home and tell mommy that I got hurt. I don't get to go home and tell daddy to protect me. I have to hold it to myself. Well, in holding it to myself, I'm instantaneously abandoned. I'm alone in the experience because I don't get to go to my support system, right? So I don't get to go to my support system. And then now I can't attach to the people that I need to attach to. So then I'm literally flailing for 4 years, trying to, what do I grab? I don't know what to grab on. I need to grab on to porn. Oh, this. Oh, what is this? Porn. Oh, I'll grab onto this. This won't leave me. This is here whenever I want it. This is here whenever I need it. Oh, I have a penis. That feels good. When I rub it, it feels good. And then this stuff comes out.
Tammy!
At the end of the rub. Well, doesn't it? So my 11 soon to be 12-year-old is like, and that's the end of my.
Look, he's like,
he is sliding out of here. Right? So now there's this whole bond to myself. And it felt good, and it numbed me. I didn't think about the abuse while I was looking at this and then masturbating and then ejaculating, and so I guess I need to do that again.
That's where the addiction.
And let me stay numb.
Yeah.
Anytime there's stress, let me go numb. And then so now you're going, that doesn't work. That doesn't solve my problem. I need to go face my abandonment and my attachment in a healthy way. And I need to be able to label that, and I need to know what brought me there and sent me there and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't going to find that out in the prayer closet with Jesus. In the same way, I wasn't going to find out I had a lump in my breast unless I went and got a mammogram. Right?
That's true.
So it's like when we say Jesus, and we're not saying he's not a wonderful counselor. We're also saying he's empowered other wonderful counselors to work in tandem. If that was the case, you wouldn't go hear a sermon. Feed your own soul. So,
What's that Prince mean?
You know what I mean? So I just feel like, and what you've done, TT, is you've given. I heard this, and I never forgot it. When we're brave enough to go first, we give people permission to go second.
Yeah. You
could have tried to snuff out the story and come out and with a whole nother spin. Oh, I'm doing research for a movie I'm about to be in, and part of it meant I had to go to rehab, and then y'all don't even know the whole story. You just came out and owned it and was like, whatever the narrative is gonna be, I got favor on my life.
Yeah, so, and I'm gonna tell my story.
You don't get to.
You don't get to tell it. Let me tell it. I'm going to tell it.
I'm going to tell this story. You ain't going to tell this story.
You ain't going to try to add to it. And even if you do try to add to it, there is documentary and history of me talking about my own journey.
That's right.
I own my mistakes. Yep. I own shucks. Even though I had some depression, but I had to control my mouth.
Yeah.
I can't fight you with my hands, but I can fight you with my words.
Right.
They cut.
Right.
I had to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's not all just me being the victim. Right. I've inflicted wounds on people.
Yes.
Through my pain and hurt. It's not an excuse but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've done some damage.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and when you're hurt, that defensiveness makes us. We know where our strength lie. Mm-hmm. I talk for a living. Mm-hmm. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. And God redeemed.
That's so good.
What I talk about, right? And the way that I talk. Before I got saved, I could fillet you with my mouth. I was a battle rapper when I was a teenager. I got picked on for being super skinny. I got good at clapping back.
You had to
turn, playing the dozens, your mamas, the all night. But because I had to protect the core trauma. When you were coming after other stuff that wasn't my core, I had to end it. That's what being a battle rapper is. Like, I'm going to end your career. I'm not going to harm you. I'm going to end it. So when people would start talking about me, I was going to be a homicide detective. I gathered intel on you. Ooh. And when I came after you,
you went for the jugular.
I ended it. That's why your daddy left you.
Woo! Ooh,
because I'm gonna end it. You will never come at me again, because I'm about to end it. That's why you got fired. You couldn't pass the drug test. Your P came back and you lost your license, and that's why you're not a law. That's why you don't have a law degree, sir. You ain't a lawyer. You're not an esquire. You're a clerk. Why are you a clerk? Because you couldn't pass the bar. How come you couldn't pass the bar? Because your daddy. No, I'm not coming at you straight. I'm gonna let you talk about me, and I'm just gonna gather intel, and then when I come for you, I'm ending it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm crucified with Christ. I can't live like that no more. Well, I need to go put that out. And I put that out in prayer rooms, and I put that out with my therapist. That's why I'm glad it's a confidential relationship, because if those ever got out.
Yeah. I'm sure you still got some clapbacks in you though.
I do.
They didn't all leave. Because mine didn't all leave.
No, mine didn't either.
I don't know if there are times where I've decided to peruse the comment section and I be having some like good ones.
Listen.
Like that.
Listen.
Like you just named. But I'm
No.
like, it's not even worth it.
No, it's not, which is why I don't do that no more, because I am the type of person that will come for you. And
your entire
that is my sinful
lineage.
Right, the whole lineage. Like going back 40 and 2 generations. I'll go find your slave daddy. Okay? Oh, Jesus. I'll find out what side of the Civil War your ancestors fought on. I'll find out what tribe you came from and be like, Shaka Zulu killed your whole lineage, and there's only 8 of y'all left. Like so I'm equal opportunity. It ain't you know what I mean? Anybody can get this smoke. Well, that's my sinful nature, and I have to be able to call that out. And it's my sinful nature, and it's the fact that I've been traumatized, and when you're traumatized, you want to protect yourself, and when you want to protect yourself, you can get ugly, and I need to be self-aware enough of that, and to have a community around me where I can come vent, like TT. Beep, 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 beep. I need to get that out with somebody that I can trust, and then you can be like, oh boy,
back,
right? And then we're like, I have had,
and then you exhale. Isn't God so amazing? But before it's
exactly that part.
Isn't He just so faithful?
Yeah. It's true, because we are literally walking contradictions. We are in between Romans 7 and 8 all the time, right? So yeah. And
even in the He is good.
He's so faithful.
He is faithful.
And I'm so grateful he's not petty, and the fact that he knows that I need to be able to process and get some stuff out that, is not for public consumption. I think a lot of people, one of Chappelle's most brilliant pieces when he did his show was when keeping it real goes wrong. And we have a lot of people in the body of Christ thinking they're keeping it real, and you're really wrong. Like, you're not keeping it real. You lack tact, and you lack diplomacy, and you lack the ability to, and all in the name of humanity, and I'm a real person, and It's like, but we didn't all need to know.
Yeah, there's still wisdom that on knowing what to share when to share.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
No, read the room.
Right.
We in the basement, so this room we
That's right.
The room.
That's exactly right.
We can still be transparent, but we got to read the room on the intensity or the level of what we share, when we share, maybe even how.
Yeah, for sure. What? Yeah, no, I literally, I can say anything here. People can come here and say anything. We are uncensored here. I know for a fact we'll have a guest on one day that in the course of conversation is going to let out an expletive. We're not going to edit it. You know what I mean? We might have to put a little M by that episode or whatever, but this space is for...
I could have been cussing all this time.
Oh, my God. It sounds like you want to redo. It sounds like you're like, I want to do the whole thing from the top.
Man.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
No, this has to be a space safe enough for that, because if it's not, then first of all, it's not the basement. This is not how my discipleship and my mentor relationships go. When I have the opportunity to talk to influential people, and they give me the gift of their vulnerability, I give them the gift of my shut up. When people give me the gift of their vulnerability, I give them the gift of my ears, not the gift of my mouth. Job's friends were his best friends the first 7 days. It was the 8th day that they effed up. It's when they open their mouth and try to start interjecting what they think caused his stuff, that they became his worst friends. But the first 7 days, they were the best friends. You know why? They sat with him in silence. And when someone's being vulnerable with you and they give you the gift of their vulnerability, the best gift you can give them is their ears, is your ears.
It's your ears.
And when
they say that's why God gave you two, them and one of them.
Right? And with permission,
then yeah.
What do you need from me? What do you need? I stopped asking. I stopped trying to assume what people need, and I just started asking them.
Ask him.
I was with my god sister a week and a half ago, or about that, and she was sharing some stuff with me, and I said, "What do you need, sissy?" I wasn't gonna assume what she needed. I said, "But," and I'm such a nerd that I pulled out a list of 21 relational needs. And I said, go down the list and tell me which ones you need. And she was like, I think if it was 21, I think she picked like 15 of them. She was like, I need that, right? She went down the list. But I did not want to assume what she needed. I wanted to give her exactly what she needed. And in this mental health space, we have to learn to be patient enough, because you don't have to have been through what the other person's been through to have empathy. You just need to have the ability to shut up and listen and feel that, like that. That's why I stopped, TT. Like, cause I just thought you were dismissed. Like your feelings were dismissed because of success.
Yeah.
And that's hurtful.
And you're I mean, what you literally hear oh gosh, hear another celebrity sob story.
Yeah, the misconception is, I mean, okay, let me just go here. Michael Jackson couldn't go to sleep. We want this dude to moonwalk. He wanted to go to sleep. And he couldn't do it like we do it. Yeah. And we think if we had what he had, we would sleep better. This man had to take fentanyl that would knock an elephant down. Was it fentanyl or propofol? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. Propofol. It was enough propofol to knock an elephant down, to put an elephant to sleep. Y'all saw his body. $170?
Maybe.
60? Small frame. He needed an elephant tranquilizer worth of propofol to sleep. Administered by a doctor? And you think he should have been happy because he was the king of pop and made Thriller? Do you remember who his daddy was? He should have been on a playground and he was on a stage performing?
5 or 6 years old, young.
Like we're so shallow. I'm just talking about as a society. We're so shallow to think that, oh, if I win the lotto, everything will be okay. More money, more problems.
More money, more problems. You don't know how to
Shout out to Mace.
Yeah, right. Though everything becomes compounded because with more money, you have to be a certain way, act a certain way. The assumption that you're supposed to give it all away, do this, do that, family wanting it, or them feeling you've changed. I haven't changed. You just changed.
Right, exactly.
I'm the same person.
How you think I got this money?
I do. Right? Yeah,
I'm smart.
I like country biscuits and gravy. Like, ain't nothing about me changed. It's all the compounded things that come with. I even think that people, when they say they want to be successful, you got to come with you. Then you want what comes with it.
Right.
There's a lot that comes with
right
the success and the fame and the influence. So when you say I want influence, just know you're also agreeing for what comes with it.
Please.
So I ask people all the time. I have conversations with people in private. I want to be a singer. Even some people, I want to be famous. What are you going to do with the fame when you get it? What is your why?
Yes. That's good.
Because when you have a why, when the other stuff comes, you might, get, you going to deal with some depression, some anxiety, being overwhelmed, some warfare. But when you could remember your why, you get up.
That's right.
You'll stay resilient.
That's right.
But if it's just for selfish gain, or even I want to be successful to prove them my haters wrong.
Then you're Michael Jordan. You're dunking on everybody out of a grudge, as opposed to I just love this game and I love this sport. Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech, that lets you know that he never got his heart to get over the rejection of. He brought his high school coach just to rub it in his nose that he made the Hall of Fame. Can you imagine carrying a grudge that long? Can you imagine? Can you imagine bringing the boy that dumped you in 10th grade, or the boy that you like to your show to sing Bootylicious right in front of him and be like, I bet you want this booty now. Huh? I bet you want me to say your name.
It's so funny you should say that, because one was in an autograph line to get my autograph.
Wow.
That did feel good. You had to stand in the line with hundreds of other people to get my autograph.
When you could have been standing behind me.
Group whoop,
huh? Didn't get it. Bet you didn't get that one right. But can you imagine?
I got it.
Can you imagine? But can you imagine you have been thinking about him?
Yeah.
All them years and waited for him to come in the line? No. Let him through. Let that one through. Yeah. I bet you want my autograph now, huh? I'm going to scribble it.
Some of that rejection, some of it, a sliver of it does fuel.
Vindication.
Some of it slides through when you're pumping your gas. Something slides through. There's impurities, whatever. Some of that is rejection. Some of that is, you know what? But I just don't know if that should be your why.
It can't be your why. I mean, we were talking before this pod started that and before you came that. Listen, we only been out here 7.5 weeks. We already got people like reviewing my sermons to talk about how much they suck and how much I guess I'm a heretic or I'm not in the Bible or whatever. Hector saw it. I didn't see it. And then we got people like, in the comment section, like, this guy doesn't read his Bible and he sucks and this and that and the other. But that's my why wasn't you. My why wasn't you. My why was somebody that wanted a space to be vulnerable, to be transparent, to talk about what it is to be a believer in Jesus Christ and navigate this world. That's my why. My why is to upset the world with the message, hope, and love of Jesus Christ. That's what anchors me. So negativity, I might hear it, I might not hear it, but I was never out here for you. If they didn't like everything Jesus said, they won't like everything I said, and I ain't Jesus. I ain't even claiming to be.
But see, when you go outside of the scope of the limited belief that someone has about a particular person, place, or thing, you're wrong. You're wrong. You just have expanded thought, Bible, culture, people, lifestyle, this and that, because they haven't gotten outside of their county. So I'm wrong because I have a love for everybody. I'm wrong. There's more to life than the home county I grew up in. It formed me, it shaped me, nurtured me. Yes, it did. But there's more. There's more to the world than what do you call it? The zoning. of your city.
Well, I've always said this about preachers that only preach a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I always say your gospel doesn't have a passport.
That's good.
It won't leave your block.
That's good.
You know what I mean? We grew up on hooping.
Mm-hmm.
Right? G.E. Patterson is my favorite preacher of all time. The Bishop Gilbert Earl Patterson is the greatest preacher that I've ever heard in my natural born life. Okay. But I can't hoop in Australia. If I told them to get on the organ, they would be like, what?
It'd be a pipe organ.
An
What
organ?
are the
right? Like what do we like we have to your gospel has to have a passport. And if you don't give yourself permission to leave your county, you'll never leave your country.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to life than what you know. And you would probably have a different take if you just left your county.
Yeah.
You ain't even got to talk to nobody.
Yeah. And you don't, and I'm not saying, just rent an RV and do a cross country trip.
Yeah. You ain't got to go to Bangladesh.
It don't have to be some exotic, expensive trip. Because then people, you got money to get outside.
No.
I'm just saying, get on the train. Get on the train and
get on Amtrak.
And something.
Go to DC.
Something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
And get a little more learning.
Yeah.
I
remember, growing up in LA, my homies would say, man, I ain't never been in the snow.
Oh, man. Big Bear is right there. Right?
I'm like, the mountain is still snow-capped, and you can be there in less than 3 hours. And they wouldn't.
So now let's get into that. I can even see where I can go. What's keeping me from going?
That's right.
What's keeping me from learning?
Keeping it real.
What's keeping me from trying to be open to there's other possibilities. There's other
this my hood.
Thought processes.
Y'all ain't gonna change me. The fear is if I go, I may change. And so if I may change, I shall not go. When the truth of the matter is, if you truly have an anchor to your soul and your faith, you should be able to go anywhere.
That's so good.
And it doesn't change who you are, right? Like, which is why God trusted you to go where he has taken you, because he knew you was gonna come back the church nurse, right? That who you are at your core was never gonna leave you. You were gonna have experiences, and you were gonna have setbacks, and you were going to have successes and trials and tests and mistakes and failures and all that kind of stuff. But at the core, you were still going to be the church girl that he said, let's spend a little more time together before you leave. Let's not do our regular thing. Let's, you know what I mean? I love you, you're my daughter, and I just want to spend a little extra time with you. Dad loves you that much, right? In the same way, I just feel like church people should do that with each other. Like, I mean, if the only thing you've ever known is Kojic, if the only thing you've ever known is Baptist, you're not well rounded. Like, you just can't even appreciate other people's. I spoke at I preached at a Scottish Reformation church in Scotland. It was the only time in my life that I was told what to preach. Title, book, chapter, verse. The title of your message is this. You're preaching it from this, and you're going to talk about this. But don't draw any conclusions, because we want people to come to their own conclusion themselves. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Scottish Reformed people love Jesus. And there's no way I was ever going to get there if I just thought, I can't go to Scottish Reformed. This is, I'm Kojic on mine, cuz.
Yeah.
Right, you can't be banging.
I remember moving away from my hometown and being asked why. I grew up Church of God in Christ, and I remember being asked, why didn't I join a Kojic church?
Because you can't just join in. You got to be born in.
Now, Bishop Patterson changed
Church
those
of God in
words.
Christ. Good.
He said, "We are anointed and appointed. We are the church of God in Christ."
I love it.
Yes, but I just remember going to where I was getting fed, and it was about Jesus.
Period.
So whatever denomination it was, I was being fed and discipled.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but that is because, you know, and had I not chosen the path that I've chosen or going where God sent me, I probably would be one of those bitter people in the comment section.
Oh, and I just feel
Probably.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a possibility.
No, I
don't know.
I could have been very toxic because again, what you said just hit me so deeply. Like if you haven't left your county, and if you haven't left your county, like the only thing you know is what is in your county.
So when
anything
someone
else is
who's
foreign.
so to someone who's well traveled and this and that, then and you try to talk to somebody who's not, then they will say you don't know Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody just asked a close friend of mine the other day, does she even love Jesus? They was like, does she love Jesus? She's darn near church mother. But does she love him? But because of so much that I've done over here, you know, that seemingly over here, it's to that limited person, you know. So it's like, man, travel, get to know other people, sit with other people.
Yeah.
Jesus could not have done the work that he did had he not just sat with people. Well, you think he was an introvert?
For sure.
Because even though he sat with other people.
Yeah, but he retreated to be alone with his father, and how could he not be?
Okay, I love it. Jesus, I love you even more.
Yeah,
No, just playing.
I think
I love you. Period. But
yeah, he was not. There's nothing that shows me in the gospel.
Wait a minute. Speaking of, if Jesus was an introvert, my cousin posed this question on Facebook: was he vegan?
No, he ate fish.
See, April, he's not a vegan.
Not a vegan at all.
Look about put her on the spot.
Mm-mm. He was eating fish for show.
Or was it vegetarian? I don't know, but yeah.
No, that would have made him a pescatarian if he only ate fish.
So, but
no. He ate lamb. He was a Jew. Like
because at the suppers and the stuff that was on the table,
he was a devout Jew, and so at Passover.
But was everybody else eating it? But was he just eating vegetables?
He was eating lamb. Okay. Now behold and eat the lamb.
The precious
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God.
This has been rich.
It has been dynamic. We must do more TNT.
TNT works.
Yeah.
TNT is like a thing.
It works.
We might have like a thing with that.
I think so.
Listen, just where we went, and I know stuff about you I didn't know, and it makes me love you more. Yeah. It really does.
Aww.
Like I'm so thank you for just being open to go, because this is the thing about the basement. This unscripted. I don't have like this agenda. Like I want to talk about your book, and I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. Like I wouldn't have never known the gold that you freely gave us if we would have had like a place to go. So
this has been amazing. I am excited about the basement, and I'm glad that I'm one of the early people in the basement.
Oh, thank you.
Early on.
Thank you.
So
I just want this to be
when it gets 1 million plus subscribers, don't forget about me. I'm still gonna show up with my luggage.
Well, I was about to tell you, I'm gonna pull up to you in an Uber, a Uber X, not a black. I'm gonna pull up to you in an Uber X and be like, "Listen,
I will."
Santa Claus drove me to Cali, got me something.
Showing up.
No, I really appreciate you. I know the basement dwellers. That's what we've just affectionately called our little tribe here, is the basement dwellers. And
this is great because it invokes thought. It invokes people to ask questions and do some heart checks and be like, man, maybe, so I do have permission. God, I do want to learn about other people and cultures. I do. So this gives people the permission to do that.
And
the show does.
I want to say, when in this invitation to come down to the basement, first of all, you don't have to stay down here. Because some people won't like it, and they're like, I don't like it down here at all. I want to go to the 100th floor
go for it.
And get my freak on.
Go for it.
Fine, that's you. But the other thing I want to say is, you don't have to agree with us. And you can also, but we can agree to disagree. Like I said on another pod, like, I'm not Ben Shapiro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not here to be like, yes, what do you think? Pow. You know what I mean? Brrr, here's what I think. Like Ben Shapiro, it has like he has a razor sharp mind. Before you finish your sentence, he has already clapped you back. I'm not that, like, I'm more pensive. I'm more thoughtful. I'm like, why did you say that? And why do you believe that? Like,
yeah, that's healthy.
And then I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with you.
And that's okay, and it's healthy.
And I can hold space.
And we can still go out to eat afterwards.
That's what and we're gonna be friends though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be over here talking about, I never have you back in.
What would it be like if your circle was everybody believed the same thing?
Oh, that would
be boring, dull.
Yeah.
Like just the level of intensity of intense fellowship that you get to have.
Yeah.
When you can have a conversation with someone who has a different thought about something.
For sure.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. And you can do that with sports. You can do that with who do you think your best?
Yeah, because you could be in Dallas, Texas. You might not be a Cowboy fan. You might be a Redskins.
I'm Raiders till I die.
Raiders.
I'm Raiders till I die.
You mad that are they in Vegas now?
They are. I don't care where they can go to the moon. They can play on Saturn. Okay. I'm Raiders till I die. I'm Raiders till I die.
And the basement has created a safe space for me to tell you who I'm a fan of, regardless.
Oh, for sure.
That is the Chicago Bears.
Girl, please. How could
They're
you
my
not
jam.
Be? Absolutely.
And my own blood sister is Packers.
Well,
Green Bay Packers.
There it is.
I am a Chicago Bears fan. My father was such a Bears fan. We got, for his casket, there's a box that pulls out. We sat his hat.
Oh, wow.
His flowers were the colors of the Chicago Bears.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is where it got a little extra. you know, you can have a last moment with the body.
Uh-huh.
My mother took his blanket, his Chicago Bears blanket, and like tucked him in his Chicago Bears blanket. That's a little much to play. Is he going to heaven with
Right. He ain't, but at least
that's how much of a Bears fan I am.
No, and I respect it.
So you could be a Bears fan, Redskins fan, like whatever.
Yeah.
No, they changed the name, right?
Yeah, they're just the Washington
team.
I think
sorry.
Please
don't cancel
they're the
me.
Washington somethings.
Please don't cancel me.
No, you're good.
I just remembered that.
Listen, so let me say this about.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So here, I want to say something about philosophy on the comment section real quick, because again, I'm a Bible dude. Content is our responsibility. Comments are your opportunity, but I would rather when I look in Scripture, if we're going to go New Testament and talk about all the smoke Jesus received, he received it in person. The scribes, the Pharisees, and the Sadducees stepped to him, came to test him, came to tempt him, came to trap him. He didn't run from it. So if you got something to say to me,
you'll say it in person.
Say it to my face. That thumb courage, that's one thing. It's another thing to say it to my face. And I'm not saying say it to my face like I'm here to square up with you. I'm here to say that if you don't have the proximity to the person, I'm not going to be 300 comments down in the comment section looking for you. If there's ever an opportunity for you to be on the pod, if you see me in the street and you're like, man, I don't like what you said, I would respect that so much more.
Yeah, we can have conversation.
I can have a conversation
with you. As long as you use mouthwash.
And deodorant.
Because don't come to me strong and wrong.
No. Strong. I just want to say that Jesus had no problem.
Wow. That's so good.
Having a conversation.
Okay.
Nick came to him at night.
Okay.
Right? Nicodemus came to him at night. The religious leaders would come to him. The rich young ruler came to him. All type of people came to him to question him. He never ran from any of that. But it was an actual interaction in person. I'm not gonna be fielding comments and hey, the comment. Let's go through the comment section. I'm not gonna be reading mean tweets like they do on Kimmel. It's like, listen, y'all can say what y'all want.
That segment is funny.
It's a pretty
every now and then you might want to maybe have a segment on the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Because people, once you hear how foolish something sounds,
that's true.
Maybe it'll keep you from doing that.
Noah. No, I got before we go off, y'all gonna get this work. Hold on. Hey, baby.
He was taking pictures.
Hey, bud.
I love it.
My backpack is in the trunk of the car, and my Bible's in there. Would you bring it to me real quick? You can literally just unzip the main part and bring the whole backpack in, but then unzip the main part, bring me my Bible. I got to read this verse.
Okay.
Because this verse literally guides my life.
Okay. I'm excited.
On who I respond to and who I don't. TT.
Is it Proverbs?
It is in Proverbs.
Okay.
But it is.
I'm excited.
Listen, this is like, when I read this verse to y'all, I could have read it from my phone. But my Bible,
that paper Bible.
That good old paper Bible is so tattooed and it's so good that I cannot wait for y'all to see this. So I just feel like if we can model what healthy disagreements look like and what healthy confrontation looks like. Confrontation has a very negative connotation. But all confrontation means is to face forward in the same direction. To confront means to face forward in the same direction. Are we both looking at the same thing? We can't confront something that we're both not looking at.
So this segment will be called The Smoke in the Basement.
Hey, okay. The Smoky Basement. Brought to you by TNT.
Come on, the smoke in the basement.
The smoke in the basement.
We welcome the smoke.
You're hilarious.
You do?
Okay.
I was like, dang. We got to get him. We got to get little man out of here.
I do though.
You do?
Here we go. This is great. All right. So, oh, look at that. My little yellow. I'm already in Proverbs. You're the best son ever.
Wow. He's so sweet. Yay!
So, this is so good. All right. Listen, as soon as I read this. Oh, okay, here it is. All right, so this is Proverbs 26, verses 4 and 5. Don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will become as foolish as they are. That's verse 4. You ready for verse 5?
Come on.
Be sure to answer the foolish arguments of fools, or they will become wise in their own estimation.
In their own.
I got to read it again. Proverbs 26, verses 4 and 5. This is NLT. Don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will become as foolish as they are. Be sure to answer the foolish arguments of fools, or they will become wise in their own estimation. So which one is it? Is it a contradiction, verses 4 and 5? Am I supposed to not answer the fool, or am I supposed to answer the fool? Here's the answer. It depends on which fool you're talking to.
And maybe how receptive they're going to be.
Point blank period.
To be.
Well, I don't even think it's about receptivity. It's about ensuring that you discern which fool you're talking to. And this is just my own life, 47 years. What I have ascertained is that the majority of fools don't need a response.
Ooh.
But a very select few,
yes.
You just need to make sure you let them know.
We don't want you walking in ignorance.
You can't be that dumb.
Yeah.
You can't. That was a foolish statement, but not because you're a foolish person. It's because you're ignorant. You've only stayed in your own county. And I'm going to respond to you. Yeah. There's a couple of people that have made some foolish statements and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me tweak your perspective. And every time they're like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Some of them.
It is, I didn't think of that. Wow. I love those moments. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. You gave me a different perspective.
Where'd you learn that? Then you give me the resource.
That's right.
I am a pro of sending a stranger a book from on social media. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I love it.
Yes, because I don't want to be dumb my whole life.
I don't.
Right. I want to be ignorant until I'm not, and that happens when you remain curious. So, okay, now I feel like we can end the pod because I'm like I needed to get that out.
This has been a joy.
Oh, thank you.
I will come here anytime.
I love you.
You already know. What did I showed up.
You did.
I love friends that just show
me too.
up.
There
is no way I was not going to. There was no way I was not going to. I don't want you to worry about how I'm showing up. I'm showing up.
You rock.
So that's for life.
I love you, girl. I love you.
All right.
Today was, first of all, it was special. Second, it's our longest pod.
Wow. Y'all not gonna edit it?
No, we're not editing. We don't edit. It's long format. It's like people work out to us and they drive and
wow.
commute
Y'all gonna be able to work out,
eat lunch, get off work early, drive home in traffic, the whole nine. No, the
good thing about you gonna be on Zoom and your mic gonna be muted on Zoom because you gonna be listening to us
and just nodding in the camera like.
But they be like, why you got the stank face?
Right, exactly.
What you said was good.
Exactly. Whatever you talking about. Right. Whatever you talking about. TT, I love you so much.
I love you. Thanks for being
here. Thanks for helping us embrace our mental health and really thank you for giving us a context to what it is to love God and embrace a call.
Yes.
That impacts the entire world.
Amen.
You rock hard.
Thank you. Thank you for believing in me and loving on me and, not walking away, but leaning in.
I love you.
Yeah. And we give each other the space. And whenever we connect, it's like we never left.
Yeah. I don't have nothing to add to that.
Yeah.
I love you.
Your son is like, whoa.
It's all good. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. And we'll holler at you later. Peace.
Be back in 2 and 2.